break the water seal. I would, however, think carefully on the subject of our next chat if I were you. Me being such a priceless assistant.
Wake up, Vasya! Vasilisa!
Grandpa?
Well met. Is this the house of old Igor?
That's right. What brings you here?
Here, I brought a gift for you. Salt. Hear me out, please. I'm from Ust-Barovsk. I have a salt factory there. They say they'll be back. I've already organized my own guards. I myself saw a kind of shadow near the barns. It disappeared the moment I saw it. I was told you can help me deal with spirits, and so I came here.
Tell me, Pahom Nikolaevich, how people went missing?
A week ago we hit brine. It just started gushing out. A factory near Ust-Urolka. We do everything there. Extract the brine and load the permyanka onto the barges. Permyanka is what we call our salt. Accidents happen, can't avoid them. But we never had to deal with demons.
You said the salt started to disappear.
For half a year we had little to no salt. Disasters, one after the other. But we held on. Now we struck brine. Workers have gone missing.
I won't leave you hanging.
But if we help you, don't forget about our reward. Perhaps you have some ancient or consecrated item?
Don't worry about that. We won't forget. The main thing is that we find who is to blame.
Have you had any arguments with the Vodinoy?
With the Vodinoy? He doesn't give us any trouble in the factory. I'm a God-fearing man. We offered our Vodinoy vodka and baked treats.
All right, I'll take a look at your factory.
A restless mischief of magpies is circling the telegraph post. The white collars of these birds flicker in the moonlight.
So I rolled up a cigarette. And then I tell him, spicing it up with curses. And now demons have snipped the telegraph lines. What a mess. At this rate, we'll be left without a Tsar.
Did the demons cut the lines or what?
Who else?
According to you, the demons are to blame for everything. Is Winter also there doing?
You bet. Have you heard of Shurikens? Told me he was going to fix them. Took the stableman as well.
Samson says the spirits are to blame. He says all sorts of superstitious things.
Try living by the forest as long as I have. You'd see stranger things.
What have you heard about the factory?
It used to be a fine factory. Before the devil came, people started to disappear. Any different?
Just don't go in the water if you can't swim.
He told me about other cases.
Well, there's no lack of misfortune. Pahom sure had it tough. Then all these problems with the brine started.
Now they tell me more salt workers are disappearing. God is punishing them.
Or the devil.
What about you, Alexander? Where are you going?
I'm going to Logova village. Girl developed a kind of emaciation. She can't sleep at night, hallucinates.
What do the people say?
The usual things. Curses, Khalduns.
I know how to deal with that. Perhaps I could help you.
There's no curse there. I mean, are there even such things? There's a sick girl in Logova village. Come, I'll be waiting for you. I mean, I'll be in the village.
Will we get to Urolka with this horse?
Sure, if Sivka comes to its senses. Doesn't look like it, though. Well, congratulations on your winnings.
The persistent neighing of a horse can be heard from the stables. When you come closer, you see a black shadow shuffling around the animal.
Oh, a wedge. Do your folk have a cabin here or something? This animal is the wrong color. It's not like that of the master.
I'll teach you how to spoil someone else's goods.
The Susiedko disappears into inky shadows, and the horse calms down. You approach the station caretaker.
Oh, Vasilisa. So, how's the horse?
I managed to calm the animal down. I made arrangements with the Susiedko.
Well, what do you know? All right. I'll get you where you need.
The caretaker points in the direction of Ust-Urolka, and the cart with Alexander in it departs to Logova village. As you plan your next moves, you're interrupted by a shadow that appears suddenly on the road. You hide in the trees by the road. The shadow gets close, and you see a peasant with a heavy club in his hands. He doesn't notice you, and goes on his way.
Who goes there?
I'm from Vilgard. I'm headed to the salt works.
Cross yourself first.
You make the sign of the cross over yourself.
Phew, I thought I'd run into a demon. That kind wouldn't be willing to bless itself. I was sent for a night watch from Ust-Barovsk village. Shorts are bothering folk at the factory. You're heading there?
Well, yes. I'm an Or from Cherdyn. I'd like to help.
A witch? I'd better get going.
What did you hear about the missing people?
Gone without a trace. At first, we thought they'd gone on a drinking binge. But no, they went missing during their night watch. I heard there was a thick fog on those nights. Looked like a river overflowing.
What have you heard about the missing salt?
I heard it went missing long ago. Must be some thieves.
Well, God bless you.
The murmur of the Chornaya River can be heard amidst the darkness. You also hear several voices nearby. A prickly sensation on your back tells you they belong to the spirits. Having heard your voice and the holy words, the spirits disappear. The only thing you hear is a water splash. On a stone by the water, you notice a wet comb. You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, a dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer. You flee in panic. Some time passes, and at last you think that you're far enough away from the fiery omen. During your flight, you've lost some of your money. A late villager, noticing your thick book and bag with herbs, takes you for an herbalist. He points to the house where a sick girl lives. Alexander opens the doors. Inside, the doctor has already prepared the remedies. Among the bottles, you notice several old candles.
I didn't expect you to answer the invitation. Her husband was killed in action. The news came not so long ago, they say.
She doesn't think so.
She's delirious.
No, I think evil spirits has a hand in this.
Of course they did.
Don't believe me? I know for sure a demon's at fault. The demon comes to the girl in the image of her dead husband. It drains her of her life force and can lead to her death. What spirit is to blame for her sickness? Could a Susietko be trying to strangle her at night? No, it's more likely that the fiery snake is at fault. It all fits. The dead man, the visions, the lack of
clothes? Yes, he's here. Soon my Vanya will come.
When did she fall ill?
The local doctor first wrote to me about her several months ago.
A long time. We won't cure her with words at this point. There's this type of chort. They take the form of the dead and visit the living. They can also look like their husbands. We need to ambush the chort that's been haunting her. If we get on the stove, he won't notice us. Besides, they say that educated men like to put everything to the test.
Alexander reluctantly agrees and gets on top of the stove. You don't wait long. Sparks fly out of the mouth of the stove, and out crawls a pale chort with cow's hooves. For a moment, you think you hear Alexander whispering protective zagavers. However, you have no time to think. You need to decide what to do next.
Hey, you demon! Come again yesterday!
All the streak in the book. Who's there on the stove?
Why do you torture this girl with a fiery snake? Get out while you still can.
You guessed it.
That's what I think.
That's enough. The stove won't stop me. I'll get you.
The chort turns into a sheaf of sparks. You jump off the stove and draw a circle. The chort breaks out with a brilliant flame and disappears into the stove. It won't return to this Izba, but it's better for you to prepare for your next encounter with it. You inspect the sick girl. She looks a bit less pale. Her strength is gradually returning to her. Alexander thanks you modestly and prepares to set off. The young man avoids looking at you. It seems his meeting with the demon had a profound effect on him. He reluctantly admits that he whispered some prayers while sitting on the stove. The telegraph wires stretch between the poles like the strings of a giant spindle. The wooden structures look alien, and the grim trees around them seem to glare at them reproachfully. By the road, you notice a couple arguing in a lively manner.
Oh, Lord! How do I even begin my journey there?
Come here tomorrow. I'm sure it won't be as haunted in the morning.
I can't. The supervisors will skin me alive to find the source of the problem and fix it.
What were those tracks? Perhaps it was some animal.
No animal walks barefoot. When the chief told me about the telegraph, I went over there, and I find this thing. So I ran.
I'm not afraid of chorts. I can go there and check.
Well, if my worker doesn't want to, I leave it to you. As a reward, you'll receive his daily wage.
In the grass, you notice a cow hoof tied to a stick. The road leads to the village. In the distance, you seem to discern the settlement lights. The road leads to the village. In the distance, you seem to discern the settlement lights. Despite the late hour, the peasants aren't sleeping. Almost all of the residents of this small village have gathered on the street. The discussion quiets down once they notice your figure on the road.
Good evening. Where are you heading?
Good evening to you, good people.
So off you go. It's dangerous here. The place is haunted. Who knows what else?
I saw the torn wire. I haven't seen any demons, though. I found a strange item by the pole. A hoof on a stick.
Lots of things end up by the road. You can find even stranger things in the bushes.
In the bushes, you say? I also found a candle end by the road. As if this short burned candles.
Must have fallen off wagon. These things happen.
There was some strange tracks near the pole.
Well, what do you expect from a demon?
Strange that they stayed there in this dry weather.
Well, it's a chort we're talking about. He leaves his tracks where he wants.
Enough with this nonsense! Too many strange things near that pole. Not the sort of strange things that are done by chorts. It was you who broke the telegraph.
Oh, spare us, kind woman. I got the wire, but not out of malice. Don't tell the monitor.
Why are you sabotaging government property?
Why else? Nothing good comes of it. So what else could be the cause if not the poles? Everything was fine until they turned up. The demons. They fly around on this wire, so...
In his vexation, the peasant can only swing his hand. The mob mumbles approvingly.
The demons may be to blame, but not because of the telegraph, that's for sure. The Monitor doesn't send demons. Khaldun's do.
You seem to be right. We won't damage the telegraph anymore.
All right, I won't tell on you. There's no sense in going to labor camps because of some wires.
Thank you, girl.
The mob hums with their approval. Someone brings a pot of fresh milk for you to take. Having noticed your approach, the Monitor comes to meet you.
So, did you figure out what's wrong?
Yes, demons are at fault.
Just before dawn, the village is still, wrapped in icy dew. You're greeted by the whisper of a stream, a breath of damp wind, and the faint song of peasants who stayed up late.